Howdy everyone and welcome back to the Game King, your weekly video game Tonight Show that isn't a Tonight Show. We got a great show for you this week with stories on Super Mario Bros. Wonder's Switch 2 upgrade, Marathon's release date, and the annual Xbox Developer Direct with looks at Forza Horizon 6 and Fable. So strap in and let's get straight into everything. Nintendo shared that the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Switch 2 Edition plus Meetup in Bella Bell Park is launching on March 26th. The upgrade will cost $20 and feature new boss courses with all 7 Koopalings, a training course with special challenges, an assist mode, and 2 new playable characters with Rosalina and co-star Luma. Rosalina's addition to the game actually comes just 1 week before the Super Mario Galaxy movie, so that's definitely intentional. The game will also receive 3 amiibo with Elephant Mario, Captain Toad and Talking Flower, and Poplin and Prince Florian on the same day of release. That wasn't it for Nintendo news this week though, as Donkey Kong Country Returns HD received an update for the Switch 2, bringing enhanced visuals, faster load times, and bug fixes. As for new content, there is now a turbo attack mode where you race through faster versions of each level, and you can now play as Diddy Kong, who seems to be ripped right out of Tropical Freeze. Finally, Mario Kart World has brought teams to Knockout Tour. Up to 4 teams will now be able to compete in Knockout Tour, bringing a bit more life to the mode. Super busy week for Nintendo. Ubisoft is making huge changes at their company. This week, 6 games were cancelled, including the long-in-development Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. An additional 7 games were also delayed for better quality control, likely including the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, which is now expected in the later part of 2026. Hopefully Ubisoft can get it figured out soon, and with the company now splitting into 5 separate creative houses focused on different pillars of the publisher, maybe their plan will have some merit. In other news, IO Interactive announced that cross-progression is finally coming to Hitman World of Assassination on February 3rd. Players will be able to sync their accounts and share everything they have unlocked and completed across all platforms, with the only thing not transferring being the licenses for the game and the DLCs. Super excited to finally be able to move my close to a decade of progress around. March is shaping up to be a huge month for video games. Bungie's Marathon will officially launch on March 5th. The game will have multiple editions to choose from, with the Standard Edition at $40, a Deluxe Edition with the Midnight Decay Bundle, a Rewards Pass voucher, and 200 Silk at $60, and of course a Collector's Edition with an absolutely beautiful statue of Thief, a miniature Silkworm, patches, postcard, and even a really nice box. The Collector's Edition will be sold for $230 with the game, or $170 without it. Marathon is also set to have a huge voice cast, with stars like Roger Clark, Jennifer English, Ben Starr, and Emily O'Brien. Great to see Bungie bringing in that much talent in this day and age. We also learned this week of the Nets Life is Strange game in Life is Strange Reunion. The game will serve as a finale to the Max and Chloe saga, with Chloe returning to the series. Max's rewind power has also returned and will play a big part in the gameplay and story. As for the explanation of what choices you made in the original game and how they affect what is happening here, specifically in regard to Chloe's fate, players will have the option to confirm those choices in the game and build a new future. Excited to see how the series decides to wrap up this era. Life is Strange Reunion launches on March 26th. Xbox held their annual Developer Direct this week, and it was definitely one top-tier presentation. The show opened up with our first look at Playground Games' Forza Horizon 6, which will finally see the festival take place in one of the most requested locations ever in Japan. The campaign will be a return to form for the series, as players will start off as a tourist and work their way up the ladder, unlocking wristbands and faster vehicles. The game will also see the addition of lots of new modes with open world car meets, time attack activities in the open world, and the Horizon Rush events that accompany the classic showcase ones. Speaking of that world, Japan will be the biggest map yet, with a focus on blending the country's modern and traditional architecture, including its verticality. Tokyo will also be the largest urban city in the series, with the devs wanting every street to feel fun to drive around. Seasons are also back, and houses have been completely overhauled with customizable garages and so much more. There's even the estate, where you'll be able to build your own property that you can see in the open world. With 550 plus cars at launch, a whole new audio system with vehicles, music, and the nature soundscape all being prioritized, and what looks to be a Gundam collab, Forza Horizon 6 is shaping up to be a series classic when it launches on PC and Xbox on May 19th, with a PS5 release later this year. Game Freak, the studio behind Pokemon, was up next with Beast of Reincarnation. The studio described the game as a one-person, one-dog RPG and a new challenge for them. Players will play as Emma, who will work with Ku, her dog companion, to save a post-apocalyptic Japan from the Blight in the year 4026. The environments look super expansive, and Emma will be able to use her vine-like hair to traverse through it all. Along your journey, you'll face Malfax, giant creatures the Blight has created, and golems, who are mechanical bodies that humans transfer their souls into. The game will have lots of ways to approach its combat, with parry, long-range stealth, or even Ku builds, all being some of the ways you can go about it. Game Freak said the world will have lots of secrets to find, and they can't wait for players to get their hands on it this summer when it launches on Xbox, PC, and PS5. Following that was a surprise reveal from Double Fine with Kiln. Based off an experimental prototype made during one of the studio's Amnesia fortnights, Kiln is a multiplayer pottery brawler where you'll be able to create and sculpt your own pottery shapes to take into battle. The main mode is Quench, a 4v4 combat mode where you must carry water into enemy territory while avoiding being broken. You'll be able to choose how your little pottery fights, such as with a popcorn attack or even making a plate that flings pies. Every map will have places that you can only access with certain shapes, so team variety is a plus. When out of combat, teams can meet up in the Wedge, where you can spend credits to unlock even more items for your pottery imagination. Love seeing Double Fine still making such creative projects under Xbox, and the game is set for a spring 2026 release on Xbox, PC, and PS5. Finally, we got a super in-depth look at Playground Games' Fable. The studio asks, what does it mean to be a hero? The game will feature the classic British humor the series is known for, chickens and all. Much like the original games, players will begin as a child in Briar Hill, forced to become the hero of Albion when everyone in their villages turned to stone. The devs clearly put a lot of time into Albion, with its rolling hills, magical forests, bustling villages, sleepy hamlets, and oversized vegetable patches. The game will even see the return of Bowerstone with the Heroes Guild, and Bloodstone with the Cult of Shadows. As for customization, you'll pick from a selection of heads as well as a wide variety of outfits, including chicken armor. Combat will keep the spirit of the original trilogy's battles, with melee being the focus and ranged weapons and spells being your more strategic plays. And in keeping the spirit of Peter Molyneux alive, the game will have what they call the living population system. There will be over 1,000 NPCs with routines, jobs, and interests. This ties into the morality system. Morality is not black and white, it's subjective. Nobody sees any situation the same way, and everybody has a different reaction. They will even tell you why. And just in case there was a fear this wouldn't be a Fable game, the devs confirm you'll be able to buy a house, get a job, get married, have kids, buy a second house, get divorced, buy every business, get married again, and have even more kids. Fable is looking absolutely amazing and looks to be living up to the series' name. I seriously can't wait to jump into it this autumn. And that wraps up this week of TGP. As I mentioned at the start of the year, 2026 is looking like a great year for video games, as this week has kind of shown. Anyways, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you know when we are back with a new episode. I've been your host, Brandon Alanis, and I'll see you all soon.